for visiting my YouTube channel. This is the first video in a 3-part series in budget buys. How you can have healthy natural hair without breaking the bank. I've had several people contact me, college students, unemployed, just not having a whole lot of extra money, asking me how can I have healthy hair, you know, without spending a whole lot of money. Some of these natural hair products, especially the ones that are like organic, all natural, are just so expensive. What can I do to still have healthy hair? And that's what this series focuses on. Part 1, which is today, focuses on basic, just general ideas and shopping tips. Part 2 is the fun part where I talk about products that you can buy on a budget that I have found that still work pretty well, and they may not be completely comparable to a more expensive product, but work pretty well. And part 3 will focus on tools that you can buy on a budget that are cheaper than some of the more higher end things to use on your hair, like dryers, combs, and things like that. So I encourage you to stay tuned, especially if you're like me and are on a budget right now. If you follow me on Facebook, you know about some of the things that happened in my life. I had an accident, was in the hospital, I had medical bills, had to get a car. And now I'm primarily a stay-at-home mom, where before I was working. I stay home with my daughter mostly during the week, and I only work part-time. So I don't have a whole lot of extra money to go out and splurge and impulse buy on random hair products and try out different things sometimes like I used to. And there have even been several periods in my natural hair journey where I was in these same shoes and I did not have a lot of extra money. So I want to encourage you. You don't have to have $30, $40 to drop on some, you know, product that everybody's claiming to be great to grow your hair long. And that brings us to, you know, the debate that you hear. Is it product? Is it technique? I have to say it's a combination of both. But honestly, for me to start seeing the growth that I wanted, I had to get my technique straight. I would say maybe it's 70-30 split. My technique had to be right. Now, in terms of products, there are certain things I really just won't skip on because I feel like they're important. Shampoo, I really cannot tolerate crappy sulfate-filled shampoo because I just know how much it can wreak havoc on my hair regimen, make my hair feel horrible for the week. So that's one thing I don't skimp on, and I would encourage you the same. Shampoo and quality conditioner for me is a requirement. That doesn't mean it has to be expensive, but it needs to be decent. This one is more for my transitioners and natural newbies. I've seen a lot of people make this mistake. Just because you're transitioning from relaxed to natural does not mean that some of those same products that worked on your relaxed hair won't work on your natural hair. I made this mistake myself. I thought I had to get new shampoo, new conditioner, buy everything, you know, all natural from the earth. I mean, that's your decision. But some of those same products that I was using on my relaxed hair worked great for my natural hair. One of the main ones was that old school Cream of Nature shampoo that they used to make, the detangling one. My natural hair loved that stuff. And so just like my relaxed hair did, and initially I stopped using it. I assumed, well, I can't use this. This is for relaxed hair. Tried some other stuff, ended up coming right back to it. So try the products that you currently have before you go and buy a whole bunch of new stuff, thinking that you have to go out and get everything natural. So please, especially those of you all who are transitioning, don't just throw everything out and start from scratch. Try it out a little bit at a time, see how your hair responds. If it hates it, it hates it, but it may turn out that it likes it and you've saved yourself some money. This one also is mostly targeting the newbies, but I see old heads do it too. I've been guilty of it. Do not jump on every single natural hair bandwagon that comes along on the hair board or the blog or TV or wherever else. Just because you hear people raving about a product or it's packaged nice and looks great does not mean you have to go out and spend your money on it. Especially those impulse buys, it can really cost you. If you really want to be on a budget, you're going to have to learn to be a minimalist. Focus on those things that are priority, that are most important in your hair care routine for your hair to be healthy, and that's what you need to focus on and buy. Just because Susie Q with hair down her back said that, you know, this product made her hair grow 5 inches in a week. Personally, those things, when people make those kind of claims, you know what I mean. I'm exaggerating. It's always suspect to me, but just please be mindful of that and don't run out and buy everything. I'm not telling you to not enjoy growing hair and try different stuff, but just proceed with caution. Don't get on every single one. Stick to what works. Stick to what works. Once you find the right shampoo, the right conditioner, the right moisturizer, don't keep jumping here, there, and everywhere while you're trying to grow your hair out, because you can end up causing yourself a setback, okay? Now that I'm in maintenance mode, I'll experiment, you know, every now and then, because I'm not trying to grow my hair out. If it causes me a little bit of damage, honestly, this may sound bad, I really don't care. I know how to grow it back. I'll keep it moving. But while you're trying to reach your goals, once you find what works, you may have to experiment to get there, but once you find what works, stick with it. Don't do a lot of experimenting and jumping around. The couple times I did that while I was trying to grow my hair out, it was a disaster. Like the henna disaster I had, oh my gosh, I had all that breakage. It was horrible. Stick to what you know works for your hair. What else? Oh, when I started maxi-gliding because other people were, I ended up with splits all up my hair. I mean, and it wasn't so much that I feel like I was, you know, roped into what other people were doing, but I was like, well, you know, I like to give that a try. But while I was growing my hair out, I needed not do that because it set me back. So once you find what works for you, stay with it. I know I keep saying it, but that's a big one and an important one. If your focus is growing your hair out long. If it's not, if you just want to experiment, have fun, go for it. But if you're trying to grow your hair long and not take 20 years to do it, it took me 5, which is long enough, you know, stick to what you know works for you. Next tip. So most of us end up with products when we are experimenting that we may not necessarily, you know, like, that didn't work too well for our hair. So instead of just tossing stuff out, try swapping products. Whether it's on a hair board or form. A lot of times they'll have parts of the form where people can post and say, well, I have this, I don't want it anymore, anybody want to trade something for it. That is a great way to get the opportunity to experiment with different products without having to pay that cost. Or sometimes people will even sell products that they have but at a much lower price than what you would pay, you know, at the store. They may just charge you the shipping for it or something because they want to get rid of it. Or even locally, if you have other friends that are natural, talk about what they're using and what you're using. Hey girl, you want to try this? Hey, you want to try that? Instead of just running out, you know, and buying a whole bottle of something. Also, instead of buying full sizes of things, try to get samples. I have contacted companies before, and this is before I was blogging and all that, and people don't send me free products. My blog isn't, my site, my YouTube isn't that huge. People don't send me stuff. I pay for the things that I want. And on my hair journey, people definitely weren't sending me stuff. They didn't know who I was, but I would contact companies and ask if they had sample sizes. Sometimes they'll charge you for the shipping, which really is much better than going out and paying full price of it. Some stores will even give you samples. I know Sephora used to. I haven't been in a while. They may still do that of certain products, and they'll let you try it. And certain stores will let you take back what you don't like too, and that's something to consider, so you're not stuck with the product. I always wonder what they did with it when people bring it back. They put it back on the shelf or not, but I guess that's another video for another day. But that's something to find out too, because that's a little less of a budget breaker if you know, well, if I don't like it, I can take it back. So get samples when you can. Check the return policy and get the smallest size possible. So you may not have to get the big, huge bottle. If they won't send you a sample, get the small little trial size or travel size if they have it. I know Giovanni products, which are some of my personal favorites, they have small sizes for a lot of their different shampoos and conditioners that are much cheaper. It may not be the most cost effective in terms of price per ounce, but if you just want to try it out, it may make more sense for you to get that smaller size and spend less money than to go and buy the big bottle. Okay, another tip, and this is something that I do primarily, and this is probably a technique for the person who really knows the products that they like. Now that I'm more in a state of maintenance, I mean, I try new things every now and then when I see it, but I know what I like and I know it works for my hair. I stock up on things when they go on sale, and that saves me money. I would say on average, I probably don't spend more than $20 a month on hair care, if you want to know the truth. Now, every now and then, I may buy like a tool that I need, like a dryer or something like that, which I haven't bought anything like that in a little while either, actually, but because once you have it, it should last for a while. But this actual product, honestly, I probably don't spend more than $20 a month. I'm going to break it down and post it on my website because now I'm curious about it. But one of my main techniques for that is to shop sales and shop discount. So, for example, Hair Veda. I really like Hair Veda conditioner. You guys who follow me know that. So, I try to catch her annual sales. She has a couple of them during the year and she'll post about them. And what I do is stock up. I'll buy like 5 bottles of conditioner. And that honestly will usually last me the whole year if I throw that in along with, some other conditioners I may like to try. It lasts me the whole year. I don't have to buy anymore. 5 to 6 bottles will get me through the year. But, I have to set aside the money to do that and know that that's coming. So everybody may not have that, but if you know what you like and can shop sales, it really saves you money. Another thing you may do is try discount stores like Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I got this big, huge bottle of Rusk Brilliance conditioner for $9.99 at Marshalls. Now, this is not my favorite conditioner, and this is actually a tip in and of itself, but I use it in between using my Not Today, which is my primary conditioner, because I got it so cheap. So I've learned how to use it to kind of extend and make my more expensive product that I like more last longer. And $10, this stuff costs way more than $10 usually for a bottle this size. So this was a great buy on top of that. So discount stores, shop sales for your online retailers in particular. I know other ones, Vitacost, they tend to have 40% off, 50% off, or free shipping sales sometimes. Carol's Daughter, around the holidays online, they always have sales. So just be on the lookout and know when those sales are coming once you know what you like and try to stock up. That's personally what I do, and it saves me quite a bit of money. And I just try to limit my impulse shopping, just randomly buying stuff. I try to stick to what I really need. Right now, I'm in a position where I pretty much have to just buy what I need. If I want to try something or want to spend some extra, what I then do is try to do something to generate that extra income that doesn't take me a whole lot of extra time. And I'll get into some of that actually in another video. But I used to do some mystery shopping, things like that, that would maybe take surveys, the things that earn me a little money here and there that adds up. And it's like, oh, well, this is a bottle of conditioner, and it didn't have to come out of my main budget. Okay, so that's really all of my tips for today. I also have an article posted on the website that kind of explains the tips in more detail. If you haven't already liked my Facebook page, I tend to post about updates and things that I hear about that way, because I can't make a video for every single little thing that comes up. So if I hear about a sale, coupon code,